Right, everybody, welcome back to PT Launch Lab. Today we're joined by Cav.
Yes, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, mate. So, lads, we've just been talking about before we started. We'll take it right back from a little bit about your son, and then we'll go into the other stuff. How you got into being wanting to be a personal trainer?
Yeah, sweet, mate. So I grew up in Leeds, on an estate called Gipton in Leeds. Just your average council estate, really. You know what I mean? Always playing outside as a kid, playing football.
Yep.
Doing petty stuff as well, but that's standards.
Yeah.
Naughty things and that. But it is that it is coming from there. But it was all right, mate. Yeah, we're good.
What came first? Was it your music or was it your sports?
It's one of them. I was playing football since I learned how to walk. You know what I
Were
mean?
that like old school, like with jumpers as goalposts and that? Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was them. As soon as I could walk, I was kicking a football. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's what I thought I was going to do when I was older. Didn't have no backup plan. Didn't have no other job interests. When I was older, I was going to be a footballer.
Mate, same here, same here.
And obviously, as we all know, it doesn't always turn out that way. And it didn't work out. Grew up, started getting older, getting really good. I played for a few academy teams like Leeds and that. Played for Leeds City Boys through like my school years, which is like all schools in Leeds.
Yeah.
You get picked from all schools and you get put into one team, all the best players.
Yeah,
And that. Played for them for a couple of
Got
years.
further than me then.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was seeing myself in. They used to put pictures up on games in newspaper. You know what I mean? They'll carry me in newspaper. So every day I'm thinking, I'm going to be a footballer.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a footballer. And then you get older and you get thrown in with big boys and you see how good they are. And it's just,
Levels, isn't it?
yeah, with different levels, mate. I thought it were going to be, and it wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? But
So where how did the music start then? What set the passion off, or did you always just have?
I remember growing up on an estate and we'd be in my mate's dad's car.
Yeah.
And he'd have a CD in the car and it'd be like Bassline or it'd be Niche or Speak Garage or it'd be some DJ that would pop in around the time. And I remember hearing it and thinking, fucking hell, what's that? Like, that's sick, that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I fell in love with it
it,
like that
yeah.
straight away. I started listening to different bits and bats, and then you start hearing MCs on the beats, on the tunes, and you're thinking, oh, who's he? Who's that? And I remember the first time I heard Tom Zanetti, and I thought, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
What I want to do.
Yeah.
He's from Leeds. He's doing what I want to do. Everyone's talking about him on the estate. I remember seeing him in his car. He had a BMW Z4. Tom will remember, an old car. And I chased him down the street for a picture, and I remember it like it yesterday. Never got one off him, like, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And I remember thinking, I'd love to do that, me.
Yeah.
I'd love to be that guy in nightclubs every weekend performing.
So
in front of
what?
crowds
So,
and that.
so what was what were your first thing from there? Did you go home and start writing your own lyrics, or?
That was it, mate. I started writing. I started, taking inspiration from other people. Tom was a big one from Leeds. He was like the main one. I was listening to him. He'd try to write songs like him, picking the beats he was using, thinking, how can I make my own lyric different to that? And I used to just write lyrics when I was bored, mate.
That's what I always think. I never know which way around it goes, me. So do you find the beat first, or do you make the lyrics first and then find a beat that you can sort of do it to, and then you change tempo with it, or?
Yeah. So when I was a really young kid, when I first started, I wouldn't even need the beat. I'd just write lyrics.
Yeah.
And I'd put the beat on because you don't know how to write to a beat yet. You're just writing lyrics on
Right, is that something
words
that
that rhyme? I mean,
yeah.
obviously they'd have been terrible. I'd love to go back now and read shit I was writing, but I started young and just got interested in it, mate, and I couldn't stop. It was like a drug. It was like every time a beat came on, I'd do it, and then it started getting older on the estate. We'd have little rap battles and that, and we'd have a little laugh. You'd be at someone's house drinking, partying. Someone would get the phone out. We'd just start doing it, and then one day my pal was like, "Fucking hell, like you're fucking good, Like, you need to do it." I was like, "Oh, shut up." You know what I mean? I had that attitude where I was like, "Oh, give over." Don't need that. Like, no, mate, you need to do something with it.
So for anyone who doesn't know you, mate, what are you, where you at now with this, with your career with it?
Yeah, so I've always done it since a kid. Kind of left it, put it to thingy. Obviously, I thought I was gonna do football. That didn't work out. Didn't listen at school. Didn't pay attention. Just fucking waste of time me at school, mate. Just not academic at all. And I remember I used to get sent to a teacher's classmate during lessons and that, because kids that didn't listen or you want to or naughty kids, you'd get sent to this other, and this teacher would just have to look after you for an hour until give lesson were over. And he had leaflets in there for army, and I remember seeing it and thinking, fucking hell, it said on leaflet you don't need no qualifications, you don't need no GCSEs, you don't. And I thought, there's music to my ears.
That's what I want.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I mean?
Sign me up.
That was music to my ears, mate. As soon as I left school, I was old enough, joined army. Long story short, did 5 years in army, and that gave me the confidence to then start doing music and doing because before the army, you couldn't have put me in a room full of people and made me do a presentation or speak to them.
Yeah.
I'd go all shy and that, and
Yeah.
I never came out my shell. But then in army, you get thrown in deep end.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They'll say to you, you've got 5 minutes to do a presentation on British history or something. You're in it in front of 50 people, you've got 5 minutes, get ready. And you'd be shitting yourself, you'd be like, oh my God, what do I do? And you get thrown in deep end, but it makes you come out your shell.
Yeah, of course.
So then by the time I've done all that and I've got to that confidence level, now I'm ready to go to the studio, record music, and actually put it out and say, here's
Well,
the new tune.
that first thing you did when you come back, did you just obviously make decision, be like, right, music's where I want to go, I've got confidence in that.
Well, I started doing it while I was in. So at the back end of my career in army, I'd signed off, and then I had a year from that point where I was going to leave the military, and TikTok had just came out.
All right.
TikTok had just become a thing, and everyone were getting to grips with that. And I seen this TikTok thing, I thought, oh, what's this about? Scrolled on it, downloaded the app and that, and I thought, oh, it's just a video. You upload videos to it or whatever. And then it became a thing where it was a good platform for me to upload my video in my freestyles in car, and people were liking it, sharing it, commenting on it.
Yeah. So,
And I remember waking up one morning and one of them had got like 120,000 views or something, which for me at the time, I've not uploaded a single song, not done anything, uploaded a random video, and it's got 100k streams, and everyone's going mad in comments about it, saying who's this kid and who's. So then I'm thinking, shit.
Bit of motivation as well.
Bit of motivation, yeah. Like in my head, I've been shit all this time thinking, oh no, I'd be no good at that, I'd be no good. But all the 120,000 people think differently. I've just uploaded a video, so.
And that's what it becomes addictive though, then, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It definitely did. That was a big thing, mate. Waking up to all notifications on.
Do you feel like you're chasing it then, and every video then, so you sort of start, because it's not. Sometimes it's just algorithm, innit? But
yeah, it is.
But you start rating your own videos and how many views you get.
100% you do.
Which is weird, innit? But 100%. That's just the way we live, innit? But.
And I thought from that moment every video is going to be like that.
Yeah.
And it's not. It don't work like that. I've got songs that have done 3 million views, and then I've uploaded another song the following month, and it's got not even half that, or it's got 100k streams in like a year, which is nowhere near as good.
Yeah, which is weird, is because you'd have been at the beginning, you'd have been fucking buzzing, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, and now you're like, it's not enough.
Oh, it's only 200k views. That's shit. It's not shit. It's a lot of views, but I've trained myself now into fucking thinking that
it's a good trait to have, isn't it? But it's also otherwise,
it's good because you aim high, but it's like, you put yourself down though, then, and you when you shouldn't be putting.
And that might actually be the better material, but it might just not have gone out into algorithm.
Yeah, that's it. You've just not promoted it right. You've not got it out right. You've not put it to right audience.
It's funny way of world now, though, isn't it? Everything's based on that.
It is, mate. Yeah.
And and so what's your future with music now? What do you want to do with that? Obviously, we'll go into the side where you the personal training stuff, but what's the ultimate goal with the music as well?
To be honest, mate, where I am now, I feel like I'm getting towards the end of what I've done. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've done it all.
Right.
I feel like I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered about going in charts and being signed to a big label and that, because that'd be lovely. I'd love that to happen, but I'm getting a bit older. I've done everything I've wanted to do. I've achieved the things that I've set out to do. I've got mad experiences that I never thought I'd get. Being on stage with some crazy people, performed in front of massive crowds.
Yeah. What's the biggest crowd?
I feel like I've achieved it and done it.
What's the biggest crowd?
I think it was like 5,000 or 4,000 in Birmingham.
That's
and Bassfest as well. Bassfest is a big one. Obviously it's not like, like band, like charts levels, or I know you're not at Leeds Fest in front of hundreds of thousands, but 5,000 people when they're looking at you jumping, it's mental.
So how do you come down from that? Because I'm the same with boxing. So bigger crowd, I prefer it. I'm saying, but it's like the level of that adrenaline that you get from that, it's unmatched, isn't it? Like,
mental.
Do you know?
It's mental. The nerves as well before going out. It's like.
But that's why it feels so like rewarding after, doesn't it? Because not everyone can do that. Like.
Well, that's what I did. I never saw myself doing that. I went from that kid who was scared to even speak to new people at school. To being that guy on stage controlling 5,000 people. Like,
mad, isn't it?
It was mental, mate.
Did you have a weird like aura of confidence and all when you were there? Like, did you surprise yourself with how much confidence you had?
Yeah,
you got out?
definitely, mate, definitely.
One of them who turns up on day and just.
Yeah. It's crazy, mate. It would just I get nervous.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Everyone gets nervous. Like when you get before I go on stage now, even in smaller venues like little nightclubs and that, I get a bit of like, oh, what are they gonna think? What is it gonna be all right?
Do you think smaller venues can be more nerve wracking as well? Do you know when you can see people's faces more? Is
Yeah,
that, is
well,
that a thing?
you think like, but you can't see that much
Yeah,
because it's dark.
yeah.
It's always dark outside. You can see every face outside, and it's horrible.
Yeah, because I always think same when like stand-up comedians and that. If you do it to a big arena and you get
Oh yeah,
more people to even if you said a funny joke, like you got more chance of people just trying to support it. Whereas if you just get a little bar and everyone's a bit like, no, shit that.
Yeah.
More
It's
tough
horrible.
crowds.
It's a horrible feeling when you're first finding your feet on there and you try to get a reaction from them and you think, what are they gonna think? Do they know this song? Do
Yeah.
they think this song's shit? I don't know. Are they enjoying it? I don't know. As soon as you see them jumping and shouting the lyrics, all your nerves go straight away.
So yeah, there's a couple of points there. And so, one, have you ever had any bad experiences where you've gone, I don't feel like they got that, or have they always been?
Kind of. Probably when I was first doing shows, first coming up, I'd probably get bookings by people that saw me, liked my stuff, but people in there probably didn't know me.
Yeah.
I've had experiences like that. I've had experiences where I've been booked for shows. I've gone in club and there's five people at bar drinking, and I've got to go up there and fucking it's horrible, mate. You know what I mean? You feel alright to that when you do it, but it's money, and I was getting paid for doing it, and it's part of the game. You start low and you work your way up. You know.
And for me, the highlight of any music career, no matter what you're doing, is someone singing your lyrics back to you. Like, what that must be.
Do you know what maddest thing about me last year when I did that show in front of I think it was 4,500 people? I was on stage with Dizzee Rascal, and Dizzee Rascal is behind me singing my lyrics through the mic with me to 4,000 people. When I was 12 years old, Dizzee Rascal was like God.
Yeah.
He was in the charts. Dizzee
I
Rascal was
went
in the
to
charts.
Batting Park to watch Dizzee Rascal.
Yeah, he was in the charts when I was a kid. We had him on at house parties, and now fast forward 17 years.
That wouldn't have been on your bingo card, would it?
No, it's mad how life turns out, mate. It's mental. It is crazy. But if you put the work in, mate, you'll always get where you're meant to be. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's that great point to go into the PT side then. So obviously you've always been into sport, football from an early age. So on the gym side, I know you trained with Pembo, didn't you?
Yeah, I started training with Pembo, yeah.
So is that what sort of thought, where you want to sort of do what Pembo does, or have you always thought about being a PT, or?
Well, I've always had it in the back of my mind. I've always been interested in doing it, but I've just always been busy with other things. And then obviously this music started to take off. So I feel like I've got to put my energy into that. But on the side of that, I enjoy training. And I just think, if I could do it as a job or a career, I'd love it. Because
also you spoke to me just before as well. I'm glad I didn't miss that. Is you had to be a PT in Army, didn't you?
Yeah. I was gonna veer off and do that.
Would you say that what first point where you thought, you know what? So you'll have had other PTs for you in Army, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so that was it in basic training at Purbright. I seen my PTI that we got. He was a right horrible cunt, you know what I mean? But he were a machine.
Yeah.
And I seen him, I thought he's fucking cool, him, you know what I mean? I want to be like that, me.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy there. I remember seeing him and thinking he's a legend, him. Do you know what I mean?
They get some respect as well, don't they?
Yeah, and he were an absolute machine, and I thought I'd love to do that, but then it's just the way training makes you feel. Like if I don't train, I'm fucking miserable, man.
Yeah.
I get stressed out. I've got loads of shit going on. And I just think it'd be mint to make it into a career where I'm helping other people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fix themselves.
I say with people, there's more than one way to look at it with the training as well, especially we'll go into the boxing side of it as well that you want to do. I don't always think, people say training is like a stress relief.
Yeah.
I get that. Like, it's a bit different that if I've got a fight coming up and I train, it gets me more fired up, which is completely different.
Yeah.
What I think it is like yourself, you've got a mega busy life. I think it's just an hour out your life where your brain's only thinking about one thing. Yeah, and that's the weird. It's like peace through training. Like you're focusing on one thing, and usually, like if you're not like me, like I'll be knackered all day, and the minute I sit down and go to chill, I'm fucking head's busy. And I'm like, I wanted that time of day all day, and then as soon as it comes to it, I'm like, gotta do this, and I'm thinking about it, overthinking. Whereas when I'm training, it's purely
literally,
it's like therapy, innit?
It is, mate. Yeah, and it's afterwards. You can't. It's hard getting up. When my alarm goes off at 4:30, I get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym. When it goes off, I don't want to get out of bed.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. I don't want to get up out of bed at 4:30. Yeah. I'm in a nice warm bed with my missus. I'm crusty. I could wake in another 2 hours if I want. But I don't. I get up and I go to the gym because afterwards, when I've done training, I've done that. That's done for day. Do you know what I mean?
And you've already overcome first battle at day.
You've overcome your first thing. You've done 4 hours work before everyone else has even opened their eyes, and you think, right, I'm ahead of everyone else.
Have you ever done out like that with like ice baths or?
No. That's one thing I can't do. I can't do it. We've got an ice bath at my gym, and they've just put it in there. and I see people getting it, and I think, okay, you know, I just can't do it. But I hate cold water and that, so I'll probably give it a go. Like,
I got into doing cold showers every morning,
oh, cold showers, man.
and I decided to start doing it in winter. Weird,
Oh,
weird, mate.
okay.
Weird decision, but I had same thing, same as what you're saying. So you were getting up and going to the gym, and that's the first thing I was like, I'm like watching me David Goggins and that, mate. I love all that sort of style shit, yeah. And same with that. First thing is just doing something you don't want to do, and
It
like
is, mate. Yeah,
just getting up and training.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was saying with a cold shower, and I thought, I'm gonna try it, expand it, like yeah. So, and I can remember when I first did it, I did it every single day. I come back to go for this pro career in boxing,
Yeah.
and I did it every single day. And then I went for a walk in Peak District, and I were up at about half 4 in the morning. I thought, I can't do my cold shower because the kids were in bed and that. I didn't want to wake everyone up.
Nice, yeah.
And set off, went and did walk, and I snapped my leg in half.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was first 3 weeks. I was on it there. I didn't do my cold shower, and after I thought, got this right weird like you know, when you get in your head, wait, I've got to wear this, I've got to do that. I thought, and I never wanted to. And then because something bad happened on the day where I changed my routine, I thought I never wanted to be it. So I stopped doing like
No way.
two like full on routines. Because then if I missed out, I felt like bad stuff was going.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mental that, but it's...
over obsessive that like with it. But
yeah.
But I had to come back and recover from that, and I managed to come through, and they made me go back through my amateurs.
Yeah.
Had a load of amateur fights and then pro debut in
Fair
June.
play,
But
mate.
are you wanting to fight in June, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on next boxing show.
You had a boxing match before?
I haven't, mate. No, I've had fights and that, but it's, I've not been in a boxing match with boxing gloves on and referee and that. Never done it. I've always been interested in it. Just never got myself fit enough to be. I've never been in right. I feel like you've got to be in right mindset. To say right, I want to go in a boxing.
And there's got to be stuff like you said. You feel like you come to end with career. You've done the things you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you're like, but you've always had a driving force all your life, by it sounds.
Yeah.
You've always been like, right, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do. Without that, then there's empty space.
Yeah.
And that I know with me, then it leads me in wrong direction.
Yeah.
I can go this way or this way. So you need to find something mentally that I can put my energy into.
Yeah.
That's especially with a boxing match. You've got to take it serious because you can't.
That's it, mate. I've got loads of free time now. Like I say, I feel like I've achieved what I've wanted to achieve in music. I'm coming to the end of it. I've probably got a couple of years left where I might venture off. I might go, I might run my own events. I might DJ maybe instead. I might do something different. But in terms of music, I feel like I'm coming to the end of it. I need to start focusing on something else, and that's where my fitness and my training's coming in now because I want to try do that.
And what type of training would you be training people in? Then how long have you boxed? Is it the boxing side that you'll be teaching people through fitness at boxing, or would it be more?
I don't think I'm that experienced, mate, to teach other people boxing. You know what I mean? I'm probably still learning myself. Like I say, my dad's always taught me little bits and bats. I had a boxing bag in garden when I was a kid, little things like that. But I never went to a boxing gym as a kid.
Yeah.
So there was a time, a few years, it were in army when I went to boxing gym first. They have sports afternoon in army on a Wednesdays. You pick a sport, you go do it. I went to boxing gym, and first time I'm right-handed, and first time I went to go on bag, I stood in a
southpaw. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
and
his dad felt better.
Yeah, just felt better, and he said, "What handy?" I said, "Right-handed." So I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was switching my stances in the middle of fights. He was saying, "What is wrong with you? Is something wrong with you?" I was like, but he said, "You can punch, you can fight. You just need to learn what you're doing because your footwork's all over the place and that." And that's when I started learning then, and then did a little bit there. I'd never had a fight though. Came out, and then I've wanted to get back into it now. Do you know what I mean? And then I seen Pembo doing his thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll jump on that. He's ex-military, try to help people. And I were on a bit of a Pembo, tell you, mate, I were in a bad place at the time when he caught me, do you know what I mean? I was going downhill, do you know what I mean? So
was it similar route to him then with partying and
kind of, mate, my lifestyle in general. He knew I was, it gripped me a bit, and I was starting to go down that road to fucking nowhere, do you know what I mean?
And so would it through Pembo, so anyone who'd watch Pembo and the other one, obviously come from again the same thing where just couldn't stay away from
Yeah, that was it, mate. As soon as I left the army, I felt like
lost.
No purpose whatsoever. I had a purpose for 5 years, and then I fucking not going to be a footballer, done army. What else is there? There's nothing there to do.
Same with the music. I'm guessing it comes with that lifestyle as well.
Oh, it does, mate. It grips you. It's so hard.
You're around like like you said from when you were listening to music, you were partying.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's the music I'm involved in. The partying, the drinking, the drugs, the session, it all comes with it, and it's up to you whether you want to dive into it fully or if you want to separate yourself and be a bit more professional and
Yeah.
just be the music artist and then go home after the show.
Yeah.
You know, don't do the show and then stick around and go to the bar and spend money that you've just earned
End up
doing
in
the
kitchen,
show on a fucking Grey Goose bottle, end up in someone's kitchen, you don't know where you are, how you getting home, before you know it, it's fucking Monday morning. It's up to you whether you do that, and that's what I would do, do you know what I mean, until I thought, fuck this, you know what I mean, it's not gonna work. You know, I've had some really good fun doing it, you know what I mean, it's been an amazing experience performing in shows, people recognising me, getting stopped for pictures, all that, it's all good, but there's a darker side to it where it grips you and you can't fucking get out of it, and it's like,
Yeah, because you're on them people for that many years as well. You don't really know what else, do you?
No, it's mental, mate. Like I say, I've gone from being a nobody to all of a sudden walking in a venue. Everyone's trying to take pictures of me. Everyone wants to see me. Everyone
Get caught up in that,
and you get caught up in it, and it's the attention, and it's like, oh, it's all right. It's all right. And some people dive straight into it and think that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what they do. They party. There was that party lifestyle. I lived it for a little bit here and there. Do you know what I mean? Me and our lass will go out. We'll have a drink, and we'll go to the odd show where we do stay out and we have a good time. But it's the odd occasion. Rarely now. I don't drink. I hate drinking. I don't drink, but most people think, oh, I bet you drink loads.
Yeah, but I don't drink anymore.
Don't drink, mate. I can't do it. You can't do both, can you?
No,
you can't train and drink. I know people that train and drink, and I think, how the fuck?
Right, I used to do it though. I used to be like, I've always trained. I've always had boxing matches, and what I used to do, my worst thing then, what I got into, I was telling Pembroke, same. I got into an habit, right? So unless I had a fight set up, I would drinking. And then I'd as soon as I got right, I'm doing a camp, right, I'd train, give 150% in everything. I'd have the fight. The minute I finish that fight, after drinking, boom, all the way to the next fight. I did that for years.
It's mental, mate.
I never fully committed to it.
It's mental, mate, and yeah, I've been drinking since a really young age. You know what I mean? We used to go to house parties and that at a really young age. I grew up around drinking, drugs and that in my house and whatever, seeing that, so it was just a normal thing. But and then you join army, and that's a big part of it. Drinking culture, you know, you've got to drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm from an Irish family as well, so I've been drinking fucking years. My dad used to love a drink. He stopped, packed it in. I just can't do it. I can't drink and train. I feel like, because I know if I go out Friday and I go out drinking and I get hungover, I get proper pissed.
Yeah.
I ain't going to the gym till at least Thursday.
Yeah.
It puts me back by about 5 days.
That becomes a cycle, though, doesn't it? Like everyone's the same. They'll go right all week going, right, I'm not going to drink now. I'm not going to drink. I'm going to train, and then they start the training on like Wednesday. Feel all right, bit of a steady session, right? Thursday I'll go for it. Friday I'll smash my arms out and that, I feel fucking great. I'm going to go out, and then they go out and start again, and they keep the same loop, but you never move.
You can't do it, mate. You're sat in bed all day. You're on Just Eat, eating fucking Mackey's, pizza, all sorts, trying to make yourself feel better.
I think that is one of underlying things that people really like take for granted, is that bit of the eating after. Like, as much as you're rough as all anyway from drinking, and then when the energy that you're putting back in your sin, just pure shite, as you like.
It's crazy.
You feel even rougher then on a Sunday, don't you? If I do it on a Friday, you have a full bad day of food on Saturday. I wake up and I think, God, hangover. This hangover's been 2-3 days. But we're not, it's because you've been eating fucking McDonald's and that, and you feel like shit.
And alcohol's the cause of it all, and it's the only legal drug that you can go to the shop and buy, and it's the worst fucking one.
Yeah, 100%.
One. I've been to raves where I've not drunk, and I've just had a couple of pills or whatever. Look, I'm raving. No, I just had a good time.
Feel better.
Getting on water all day. My head's banging a little bit next day. I'm in gym and I'm training. You can't do it on alcohol. Alcohol's the worst thing for you.
Bad. No.
And that's not me promoting drugs, by the way. It's also a bad thing to do. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, they're not legal. Alcohol's legal, and it's
no, that's saying
people every day, mate.
And there's never ever been a question of alcohol not been a legal thing, though, is there?
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's, you know, I don't want to sound boring, do you know what I mean? Like I say, I've not completely stopped drinking forever. There'll be the odd occasion, birthdays, whatever, we'll go out, or if I'm on holiday, I'll sit there and have a nice cocktail or something.
Yeah, I think this podcast 10 years ago with guests would have been a completely different podcast, you know what I mean? Completely, but I was laughing about that again to Pembroke, saying like we met each other and we were both after a couple of bare knuckle fights and stuff, and we were both drinking and stuff, and that's sort of how we got to know each other. So you wouldn't meet half of people without.
No, that's it. Everyone does it. Everyone's done it. It's just about, you know, what path you want to go down, and if you can control it. If you're a person who has a drink every now and again, there's no harm in that. But
do you know what though, mate? Some people never get away from it, never escape
that's what I'm saying, though.
And that's what's and what a time now to do the podcast, to be like, to be saying then, it's one person might watch it and be like, well, I'm stuck in that hole at minute.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
do it.
yeah,
And then they're just
yeah.
seeing people talk about it, and it's not for me. Like, it's not boring because you feel great all the time, don't you?
Yeah,
Do you know, like
yeah,
people will say they have one weekend off drinking,
yeah,
and they're like, I feel ace now. I'm not gonna drink as much, and then all of
yeah,
a sudden
yeah,
they
yeah,
fall back into it, and you go,
yeah.
mate, you can feel like that all the time.
I used to feel like that though. I used to think, you know, I don't want to drink, but I feel like if I say, oh no, I'm not having a drink, these lot are going to say, oh, he's a right boring cunt.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be known as a boring cunt,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time, if I drink with you lot tonight, I know tomorrow I'm going to
Yeah.
be dying, I'm going to be
Do you
depressed.
think
It affects your mental
and
health.
it starts affecting you more than it years, doesn't it?
Oh, mate,
I
definitely.
feel like when I again, like we just said, then I used to go out. I could drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and out with lads, and we'd go out and do stuff and
Yeah,
day drinking, night drinking, and that, and it never really affected me. I still come to work like the same on Monday,
yeah, yeah.
and then it starts affecting you more as you get older. Plus,
Yeah.
I feel like subconsciously, then you start realizing that you're like, fucking, I'm not really staying still where I am in my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just love feeling fresh now, mate. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning.
That's addicting on its own, though, isn't it?
Yeah, just feeling fresh, feeling good, eating good. Fucking the benefits, it's mental. I was just eating shit, drinking, doing everything wrong, and just thought it was alright and thought I was living alright, but I wasn't. It's bad for your mental health, mate. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. There was just something about training, getting up early, and just eating healthier, not drinking as much. That's just done something massive for me. Where I think I'd never want to go back there.
Is that why you, again now? So you want to sort of put that on other people now, won't you?
Pretty much, mate. I'd like to do that, yeah, because I've seen, you know, if anyone can, if someone like me who lives my lifestyle, partying, you know, doing shows every weekend, went from that to then putting a stop on it and saying, no, I'm gonna go do this, but control it. You know, I want to teach people how to control it. You can have a drink, you can have a party, you can have a laugh, but you don't have to do it every day. I'll go out every weekend and get smashed, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's got to be like
Change your life a bit. Give yourself a bit
accountability
of
to
a,
it, yeah.
yeah, give yourself a bit of a change, and you know, help yourself.
And so leading on to that, then, so where's the starting point for your PT, and then now, because obviously you've just got qualified with us.
Yeah.
So what's your first steps now? Have you got a gym that you're already wanting to do it out of? Is it sort of like
That's the thing now. I'm just going to start looking for a gym. Obviously, summer's coming up, so I might even do some outdoor stuff. Yeah, weather's going to be nice and that. Might do some.
I mean, you've got the following for it though as well.
Yeah,
I reckon it's a great place to start with a group.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you're coming down, even put something on, just to give back to a bit of a community thing and get people down, do the session and do something like that. And I think you just pick off PTs no problem. And it creates conversation straight away.
Yeah.
People are gonna want to be around you. People have probably known you for years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're probably coming out with that all and want to be part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think you've got it at your feet there. Like, you've earned that over years of doing what you've done. I think it drops into place for me. Like, just saying, if it comes to summer, it's a nice sunny day, and you'd be like, look, I know it's easy and tempting now to go, right, I'm gonna go straight to beer garden. Say, let's at least, at the very least, let's get some training in first.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm all for it going out after, but let's get up, go for a run, go to the gym. We'll do a class, make the classes fun as well. Make it interesting. Don't make it, you know, repetitive or whatever, or you know, make it interesting for all groups as well. I don't just want to target young blokes. You know what I mean? If you're a 38-year-old woman who's overweight, you're more than welcome to come along, because I'm going to help you get to your goals as well.
And I think I feel you can't help but you get a little bit of guilt as well. Do you know, like when you start training hard, and when you drink and stuff, then I've just done all that, and wasted.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Especially when they're hard sessions.
That's what happens to me, you know.
When they're tough sessions and you're putting yourself through it, and you're like,
yeah.
you know, I'm just wasting it a weekend doing all hard training. And you don't get to see results, especially not like physically.
Yeah.
Because you're starting repeat again, aren't you?
Yeah. That's me now. It's like I say, if I have the odd occasion now with missus and that, we go out, we get drunk or whatever, we do have a night where we just send it and get pissed or whatever. I'll just tell myself, like, I'm not having any days off. Like, it's going to be shit, but Monday I'm still in gym, still going to train.
Yep.
Because that's the lesson I've got to pay now for going out.
And I think that's what people don't do as well. I had this conversation with someone yesterday in the gym, and I think that's probably the biggest mistake. So say you're going out drinking Saturday night, mate, get some working on Saturday morning. You're gonna make up for it.
Do somewhere. Yeah.
You've got to like be accountable for it, or even next day if you're capable to do a decent walk, or have you planned out before. Like, I know it seems probably someone will be like, I'll never even think about doing that, but that's when people will have like the cheat meals, say even down to not for the drinking side.
Yeah.
And what they'll do, they'll train all week, they'll eat good all week, and then the Saturday, they're like, it's my day off training, and then that's when they'll have the takeaway.
Yeah.
Just cancelled the full week out. That's because
calories
in versus calories out.
Yeah.
You're doing less work on the Saturday and you're eating more. You're in the surplus massively. Then you're just fucking at least lost.
Yeah.
in one day.
It's
And
meant.
that's how our shit is.
That's how I see going out now. When I have
Yeah.
a drink, I'm not just having that drink like one night. I'm throwing it for a week away because
Well,
I
it's-
can't be arsed doing
Well,
it.
you can't burn calories as long as alcohol's in your system. So
No, you can't.
I'd love to know. I do you know what? I come to this time all the time, and I'd love to know some numbers from how many calories there is in per unit or per drink,
Yeah.
and then say, right, so on top of that, right, next day I've ate all this food, right.
Yeah.
So even if I trained on the Monday, right, and I burn how much you burn average on, let's say average workout, you probably burn, let's say, between 600 and 800 calories. Yeah.
You're not even gonna burn what you've done.
Wait, no way, so then, but you might start only burning it by Wednesday, but then you're still eating on top of that.
Yeah.
So you're moving though, and then
It's in your ass for 2
and then
weeks.
saying,
3
yeah,
weeks,
so you killed yourself all week to be not even in a better position.
No, it's crazy.
And then when you put it like that to someone, you're like,
Yeah.
what's the fucking point?
What
You know
are
what I
you
mean?
doing?
What's the
the
point? You're literally you're never gonna move if you do it like that.
No.
But yeah. So where do you see yourself in the future for your PT? Then would you like your own gym? Would you?
I'd love a gym. I'd love my gym. I'd love a spot where people can come. I can run my own classes, make them feel better, make it interesting. Maybe even integrate the music with it. Like, you know, don't know if you know Burns Boot Camp. He's done that, smashed it. Big up Burno. They've got an unreal gym there. They get DJs down while you're exercising. It's mental. You know what I mean? You're working out. You're like,
Doesn't it?
this is mint. You know what I mean? I'd love to do something like that and make it fun for people, because I think most people that want to get in shape, they think of exercise as, oh, I can't be arsed, it's shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do burpees or squats. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But if you make it a bit fun, make it a bit, you know, come along. We'll have a bit of fun while we're doing it. Make it interesting. You know, we'll have a laugh. You'll make new friends. You meet new people doing these things as
I
well.
think that's why I know people like the spin classes and that, but like, you know, to me, there's a bit of choreography in it. It's kind of same with like you said with Burno's, like this is fucking mega tunes to be fair.
Yeah.
And you're getting grafted, but you're buzzing.
Yeah, you're buzzing. You send it. You use it music to get through it, and you're sending it. Whereas if there were no music on, you'd probably just be a bit sluggish on the ski scene. But music's blaring. You've got him on the microphone screaming at you. If you're doing shit, he'll tell you you're doing shit, and you go, all right, I've got fucking pick it up.
They've had no one doing what kind of stuff you do, though, have you? Like if you could do the DJ, but with sort of like open mic stuff.
I performed at Burns.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that. That's sick. No, that's
It was the weirdest thing I've ever done, but it was sick and I loved it. It was mental. Jamie Duggan came down. He was DJing.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
And I jumped on microphone. I did a couple of tunes while everyone worked. I was doing workout as well, so I was in workout, and then I came out the workout, picked mic up, did 2 songs, joined back in with Burns.
No way.
Workout. It was mental.
That's cool, isn't it?
And that's the only shit that you see at Burns. It's mental.
Have you got any videos of that?
No, at Burn I'll have some.
Yeah.
It was for his birthday. It was near his birthday, close to his birthday, I think. It were unreal, mate. The energy in there were mental. The gym were packed.
Yeah,
There must have been about 60 people.
No, every time I see you though, it's busy.
Yeah. It's a big warehouse. That's all I'd want as well, by the way. I just want a warehouse that I can put some kit in and just get people down and just thrash them for an hour.
It's not like loads of kit though, even, is it?
No, it's not. It's just a space. All you need is the space. Few row machines. If you've got space to do a circuit or something, that's all you need. It's most exercises you're doing your own body weight. You're doing press ups, squats, burpees. You don't need kit.
I feel like that's the way the industry's going as well now. I think people are wanting to be more, let's say hybrid. I don't really like saying it, but people like to be able to do the weights and that, but they want to be fit.
Yeah.
And I feel like at one point, I know, especially when I used to go out, everyone just wanted to look good.
Yeah.
Be in any form of shape. It was
Just chain, chest and arms every day.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
No legs, no core, no chest and arms. Put a tight top on for the weekend, and that's what it was.
I used to have a big cow next to that, big chest out and that, So I was at that time at Leeds or Ascend, but I feel like it is changing for that. I don't know if it's just. I always wonder though, if say everyone on my Instagram and stuff's round my age and that, so everyone sort of feels like they're falling into the same paths and everyone's wanting to feel healthy. They've got more longevity in there, whereas with the younger lads, if I were younger again, would it still feel the same?
I know, yeah.
And it just depends what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Is there still people just smashing gym and going out and getting messed up?
Yeah.
So,
I always think like you don't. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
so I see online. I look round. I see like you said, I see like Pembo and everyone's training and bettering themselves, and they've come from these. But I think I talked to a couple of lads in Aircom and they're still going out having a few drinks and stuff. But like I think, well, I wonder if their Instagram looks different to mine though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it loads of lads just smashing chest and arms still? I always think, because I never really think about that.
Yeah, they're still knocking about people like that. That's what I were doing for years, by the way. Do you know what I mean? I thought going to the gym and doing chest 5 days a week with me training. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
because you know what I mean. It was
Can't run a 5K though.
Yeah, you can't run a 5K, or you can't do 3 rounds on boxing bag without blowing your ass out. You know, there's something wrong. You know what I mean? Cardio, just never enjoyed it. Just did chest and arms, and then you think, what the fuck am I? When you start learning, you think, fucking hell, it's not good. That
Yeah.
at all.
And so obviously with the boxing then, do you find like that's probably your most fun type of cardio as well?
Yeah, I'll choose boxing over anything when it comes to cardio. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll play football every now and again. It's coming round to summer.
Yeah.
A good game of footy in the summer, so I might.
I get more injuries from football than else in the world, mate.
Yeah, I have had some bad injuries, mate. Yeah, nearly broke my ankle. That were a bad one. Took ages to get better. That, you know, your ankle, when your ankle goes, it takes ages.
Yeah, well, I think that's what's
tendonitis in my knee.
Yeah,
tendonitis. I had that for a couple of years. That were awful. Like, you can still feel it now, but even if I tapped it there as a kid, it'd be like agony. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what set mine off when I broke my leg. So I went in. Come back and played some five-a-side. And I went in. I like rolled my ankle inwards, and I felt like the weirdest pain down my foot. And I thought, you know, mate, I was limping around. I thought that was me done. I'd done it back for 4 weeks, and I just thought it's not worth it for me boxing and that.
Yeah.
And then when I went walking in Peak District, I'd slipped a couple of times. We went, it were horrible weather, and I went with all fighters. And I turned around and I videoed. I've got a video, like 3 or 4 videos in a row, all heavyweights, mate. As soon as I slipped, boom, and they were hitting floor. Now I'm laughing my head off on video, and they're all coming down the same bit, falling. So I've come back uphill to video them because I was slipping. So if I want to come back uphill, mate, I'd have never snapped my leg, but I come up to take piss out of these big heavyweights. That as soon as they slipped, all the weight went one way, boom, hitting floor. Man. Funniest thing ever. But then when I was slipping, I kept catching myself like that. I kept catching myself, and I've slipped. Boom! It's same place where I felt that, but they just snapped my leg clean in half.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, lifted my leg up, my shoe at the side of my leg, and I'm just like, look, all lads. I was like,
yeah. Your shoe was at side of you.
Yeah, snapped my leg clean in half. I must have been.
I'd have collapsed, mate. I fainted.
Well, I rung ambulance for. I would ring ambulance for send, so there was a post at side of me. Post it side of me with number that said, if you're ever in trouble, ring this number. And I was like, just rung it. It was just all weird how it all happened, you know what I mean? And then I
signed with her for a reason.
And then it's like a chipped toe at the side. I brought my leg. And I rung up, and they do a 1 annual training day every year, mountain rescue thing.
Yeah.
They were out that day.
No way.
So 20 people came out on a training day, and they all come out at fences. I could nearly see car. That's how close. I'd gone up 3 different peaks. Got to flattest bit. I had like 2 fences to go over, and I slipped on like a right little divot. Whoosh, slapped my leg. And they all come out with helmet stretchers and all that. Crackers, mate. Honestly, just the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But, so just crazy.
I bet that's been hard coming back from that, though, isn't it?
It is. I lost like 30% mobility in my foot. I'd not competed for a few years, and then within that was January 2024. And then I was only 6 months out of boxing, full rehab, like just straight away. So I went from X how many weeks for it now? I think about 6 weeks in this pot. It was supposed to be half pot for a couple of weeks. Then it might have been a full pot for 6 weeks, and then boot. They skipped the 6 week. They already training for a fight. They skipped the 6 week pot and put me straight in a boot 2 weeks after.
No,
and I could weight bear on it straight away, and it was like major operation on my leg. And I was back sparring against good amateurs after like 6 months. I could barely move my feet, so
fair play, man.
Yeah, lost a couple of spars that I couldn't move.
I know, I'm not surprised though.
Yeah.
It's a big injury that to come back from, innit?
But it weirdly, mate, honestly, again, everything's just like sign it all up and sort of for a reason. I really took time to concentrate on my footwork and stuff. I'd always just been sort of like a fighter to just come forward on front foot. Learned how to box better than ever. All come back round. I had to do right things.
Happy days.
Right, mate, is there you want to get into this podcast that you haven't got in?
I think we've covered everything, mate. I just want to say a big shout out to Pembo. He's helped me out massively recently, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Got me into right mind space to do what I'm doing. And big up you guys as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity, just sitting here, getting my message across. Showing people what I'm doing. Hopefully this gets other people interested, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and so will you be starting up a fresh page for your training, or will it be on the page that you've got?
Yeah, I think that's going to come in soon. I think I just want to get to a place where I get classes filled.
Yeah.
Get people saying, I will come and join this thing, or we'll do it.
Yeah.
As I've got that confirmation, that's when.
Well, what we can do, mate, we can if you're happy to, we can get you back on when you're ready to ready to sort of launch that.
Yeah.
But anyone who's watching now, mate, what's your socials so that people can find you? And
Yeah, sweet. So my socials is just Cav O113 on Instagram. That's my music page. It's kind of my personal page, but music as well. But I'll make another one separate for this fitness thing to go down. But everyone will.
yeah, but everything that you need to know will be on there.
It'll be on there for now. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks for coming on, mate.
Nice one, mate. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, pal. Right, thank you, everybody. See you next time.